Okay, it is the 5th of December today. It's only been 2 days since I checked everything. I'm just checking the kite snares and wolf snares that I set right along the back of the place because there seems to be quite a bit of action. And there's black fur in the bush in one of my snares. It's dead. I think it's a wolf, but if it's a wolf, it is a tiny one. Oh, that's so awesome. I had good confidence in that snare, man. Not too sure how much longer this battery is gonna last, but I'll get this thing taken on out. Caught pretty good. It got caught going in from this bait site. There's not very many tracks around, but it's just a pup, so maybe there's more around. But you see it caught going in, and most of the fight is in the bush, so that's cool. Didn't get tangled up too bad. Died pretty quick. I've seen kites this big, but it's 5/64 cable, 1x19, puts them down every time. I think it's a tiny little male wolf. But this thing was only born this spring, or last spring, whatever the heck. Not even a year old yet. What a tiny little runt. Anyway, I gotta check a few more snares, see if by chance we got some more. Well, I'm pretty sure I've seen coyotes bigger than this wolf is. This is one tiny wolf. Comparison to me, it's just a pup, I guess. It's the first pup I've ever caught. I mean, that's saying something. Got this wolf hanging up, about to skin it here. Figured I might as well do slight steps, I guess, of the skinning process. Won't show the whole thing because that's just a lot of video I have to work with later. But I'll just describe what I'll be doing, and then I'll just skip to when I'm done it, basically. So what I start with the front legs. I go from the pad, right close to the pad. I go up. Now here's a question that I had when I first started skinning a wolf: is what to do with this. Like, which side did it go on? I'm pretty convinced it doesn't matter anymore. I just put it on the inside. So I make the cut on this side of the big knob there. And then I go up to the elbow on both of them. And then same, right to the pad on both back feet. Right along the back of the leg to the bum hole. I basically pick a side to keep the bum hole on. And then, yeah, that's about it. Split the tail, and then start peeling. Well, skinning anyway. Now, I guess I'll show about halfway through, turn you back on. Anyway, I think that's what I'll do. So, here we go. Got the front feet skinned off, like that. Take it right up to the elbow. Makes it real easy to come off when it's the other way. This wolf's ridiculously easy to skin because of how small and young it is. Skin peels off pretty easy. And then the back feet, I take off. I like to take it off right about, you know, there, instead of right at this joint itself. That way, if I have to, I can hang it from here just fine. Split right down the line, both sides. Be skinning the butthole off just like this, right under there, and it'll be attached to this. Right to this side, you can pin it out. Skinned up for taxidermy. And then, yep, skin this back this way. And then, yeah, we'll be... I'll get this done up then and show you the next step, I think, which will probably be the face stuff. So my camera died there for a bit. Ran out of battery. Didn't show the last bit of the skinning of the head, but I said everything that needs to be said, so let's get this flipped. Oh, it's not like that last wolf where because it's just as tall as this roof, where pull it all the way up and his tail's still touching the floor. This thing was just a runt. But got it skinned out, taxidermy, all nice. Lips are good, ears are good. Can't complain too much. After all, did catch a pretty good wolf. So I might show the splitting of the lips and ears here in a second. Just gotta get set up for it. So forgot there for a bit. I always do the feet first, actually. Skin out the feet. Actually, I should check the time. See how long that took me. That didn't even take me 45 minutes to skin that wolf. That last one I did took me an hour. So just skin it down. Then you'll just have the pad starting to turn, to flip. There, see? It's just turning. And then basically, you can't really skin it down any further with all four toes connected. So then you take both end toes off. Just like that. And then all of a sudden you got quite a bit more play. Right about in the front there, you get down. The toes on a wolf, or just about on anything, are webbed. So when you get down, there'll be a slight line that you have to follow. Kind of split that webbing out. Otherwise, you'll have a really difficult time getting that foot skinned all the way. The skin on the wolf foot is very thin, so gotta be very, very gentle. Once you get the webbing put all the way done, there, now you can work on the two middle toes. Two middle toes you do at about the same time. And this is a back foot. The back feet are always easier to do than the front one on a wolf, in my opinion and experience. You gotta take this right down to the last knuckle. when you're about to cut the knuckle, you want to be careful and try and get as much of that fat that's on the pad off as you can. Then take a slice. Boom. Tickety boo. Same thing on this one. Three. And then you do the same thing, you follow the other two toes down one at a time, and then you take this pad skin, all this pad fat off on the big main pad, and then that foot is done. Might as well not show anything else, basically get it all in that one foot. So yeah, I'll turn you back on when I get to the head. So here we got the lips of this wolf here, right there. What I want to do is split the lips just like this. Usually there's a line to follow, like you can see it pretty easy. If not, just kind of guess and check like that with your finger. See, that's all right there. It's all the way to the edge. And you're just gonna carefully work along. It's quite easy to put holes in the lips. Pretty thin and delicate. Just like that, essentially. We'll end up doing that on both sides. And then the ears here, often there's lots of meat on the face, stuff that gets left on, and I like to slide. The knife is sharp, this is a lot easier. Just pull all that meat right down, skin it down along the skin, like so. And then start kind of, I don't know, doing whatever I'm doing. Pull on the ear a little bit. Makes it easier. Just like that. And then, once you have the majority, see there's no meat further up on the ear than this. Take all this extra stuff that you got on there. And work at cutting it off. Pretty nice and clean cartilage. Least amount of gunk on there, the better. Just like that. It's good enough in my standards. See, poke a little hole there, but nothing too much to worry about. Then just like this. This has got to be the most delicate part of the whole process. Splitting the ears trying to be real careful because it's super easy to poke a hole. It's easiest with a sharp knife, but then again it's even easier to poke a hole accidentally. Took quite a few wolves to get pretty good at this. fleshing process. The least favorite part of the whole thing, in my opinion. But this wolf being so small shouldn't take very long. Already the stuff peels off pretty easy. Yep, just scrapes off like nothing. Well, get back to you when it's getting ready to go on the board. Alright, once you get it on the board like so, inside out, all the feet need to be turned inside out as well. Toes pushed out as far as they'll go. So that as much of that can dry as possible, so nothing slips or gets wrecked. And then fill it full of paper, newspaper, whatever paper you got, so it stays nice and open like so, nice and neat. Do the same thing with this one. Well, you do the same thing with all of them. And then you tack her down nice and neat. Well, I'm using a staple gun, so I don't use tacks, but lots of people still do. Used to use tacks all the time until Cousin Tanner lent me that stapler, and yeah, it's the way to go. At least the stapler, what I've noticed, it's good for the wolves and coyotes and stuff. Works good for lynx. The fur is a little too fine, in my opinion. So, sure, you put the staple over the fur so that you can see it when you pull the staples and stuff, and it's easy to take out with the pliers and whatnot. Like you wanna, when you're doing fur out and you're stapling, you want to make sure it's over the fur. But with lynx, it's so fine, it still covers it up and makes it an absolute pain when trying to pull out. You accidentally start ripping fur out, and don't accidentally rip too much fur out or rip the hide, because dried lynx hides like paper. Man, can't say this enough. This is the smallest wolf I have ever seen. I'm sure people who do lots more wolf trapping have seen a lot stuff like this, you know, caught pups and all that sort of stuff, but I've only been trapping wolves for like for 4 years or whatever. So, this would be wolf number 9 that I've caught in my life. It's pretty awesome. So there's lots of people that have caught a heck of a lot more. Figure this out. With the tail board here, I don't ever flip it. I just staple it on. I won't be taking it off until it's completely done. So I can flip the wolf and leave this on. Still have it all nice and open. Put it down nice and snug. Tack it on. I do still use a few tacks. Just for little things like the butthole here needs to be tacked open out so it dries right. Just tacks for that. I tack the lips and stuff when I get to them. Alright, no use making an extremely long video, but you get the idea. I use two boards, like boards like this. Use them for the arms. Attack the arms to them. For big wolves, I need bigger boards for that. But for this little guy, those just 4x will work just fine. Tack it all nicely, and I will show you when it's done being tacked, and then yeah. Got it on the board and everything. Neatly done. That sort of good stuff. Just need to get it all organized. I'll put it outside until late tonight, and then I'll bring it in and it'll be ready to flip tomorrow morning. So if I leave it in now, it'll be ready to flip in the middle of the night, and I don't like getting up in the middle of the night to do this kind of stuff. But got the lips all tacked up and everything. All nicely. The ears are propped up. Front feet look all nice. They're kind of dark, hard to see, but it's a good wolf. I'll probably show when I flip it, see the end result, see if that mange is actually as bad as I think it is, or if it's worse, or what. Anyway, be awesome stuff. Alright. Next morning, it's all ready to flip. Perfect dryness. I got the ears turned in and everything. Gotta never forget you gotta put the feet inside before you start flipping it. Learned that the hard way a long time ago. Got all the feet flipped and everything. often the ears and feet dry faster than everything else, and so you gotta rehydrate them a little bit. Just a little bit of water, damp cloth, whatever, and then she's good. Anyway, I'll get this flipped and I'll see you when it's done. There she is. It is anyway. Yeah. Flipped over. Fur's a little thin, especially right here, but I don't know. Such a tiny wolf. I measured it. It's about 50 inches from the nose to the base of the tail, which is what the size is measured at. And yeah, here's back up here. Size comparison. It's crazy talk, man. But got it done. Just combed it out a little bit, and yeah, start to finish. It's gonna be a long video, but cool. Carrying on.